Hey guys, and welcome back to IdleOn, and today I have a bunch of alchemy upgrades here for upgrading some bubbles, getting some new bubbles, and then also getting some boosts and then resources for actually working on the bubbles themselves. So I was trying to unlock new bubbles. However, a lot of these still really need some boosted levels to actually get the chance to be more reasonable. So I'm already on my Bubo with the bubble breakthrough, but I still don't seem to have enough luck to get the chance I need. I think I probably should have put more points into the boosts, but I had so many points saved up from my 400 days AFK that I was just like, well, I'll just spam off hundreds of chances. And I did get some new bubbles, but I don't know if this was really the most efficient way to do it. I guess at least I got something new. And in general, I've really needed to work on alchemy. It's going to be one of the focal points of my account moving forwards. I really want to try and get to the point where I can do cranium cooking actively on my Bubo. So that's going to be a journey to get prepped up for that. But in the meantime, definitely working pretty hard on my alchemy bubbles, because they are definitely the thing that probably is in the worst shape on my account out of the big progression based things. My vials, not the best, but I do have a decent chunk of them unlocked, so I'll be working on those as well, and then trying to focus on getting the 3D prints up to a point where they can support all of this alchemy, because they're definitely a key part of it, since I'm going to need to do the divinity grind, and since I'll be doing that, I won't have the ability to have my characters farming mobs very much. So I'll have to rely on some 3D prints to get the materials. I am kind of wondering, though, how I'm going to manage to get the bubble boosts up to max, because it just seems like it's going to get so slow, and I really need so much more brewing speed than what I already have. So I went in on some of the new pet territory battles, and I took a couple of different builds and was trying them here. This is a little similar to one I used in the past, honestly, and it still worked kind of the same way, where basically you have to start by timing a few of the defenders, and then once you get things going, the mono plus the looter with the refillers, it starts stacking into this crazy damage stack, and then after a while you're able to build up enough damage to get the win. And it turns out this strategy in essence still works pretty well. I also tried it with 2 defenders at one point, but that didn't really work as well. You really need the looter because it has so many abilities to add higher damage attacks, like the one that the poop generates, as well like the nuke, and then on top of that, the ability to multiply the attacks is really big as well. And those together can add up into quite a bit of damage. The hardest part of the whole thing with this strategy for pet battles is really just timing the defender at the start, because sometimes you can get unlucky and the defender just goes down. In fact, it happens quite often. So I basically just re-rolled until I could get to the point where it was kind of in a rhythm, and then after that, basically it was good to go. You can see here I was using the double defender at one point without the looter, but the problem is without the looter there simply isn't enough DPS. It doesn't stack in the same way, you don't get the same extra benefits, it doesn't sort of build to that crazy thing. This could work for probably some earlier types of pet battles or earlier arena rounds, and it was certainly very easy to get the defenders going, but it just wasn't the same as having the looter in the lineup. So I added back in the looter, and after finally getting the setup started, it scaled as expected. This was a very laggy match though, so I skipped through it a bit because it took a while, but eventually the damage hits the boss of the wave here, and that ends up being enough to get the win on this. So I'm making a little bit of progress here on my account. I have pretty big plans at this point. Been working pretty hard, so I'll try to get all that progress up onto the channel, and I think it should be a good time. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video.